Well, hello, my Gowanna Middle School 7th grade tech students. How are you all doing this week? I hope everyone's doing well, happy, and enjoying homeschooling as much as I am. So, with that being said, and my poor attempt at humor, we're entering the final few weeks of bridge building. So, with that said, you should be receiving or have received your take-home packets, which look like this. Should be a Ziploc bag. There is several different bags, so yours might not be the same bag, but they all should have wax paper, a bottle of glue, and 100 toothpicks. Now, you do not have to use all 100 toothpicks, and all the materials are for you to keep when done. We may end up using them later on for something else, but you pretty much should have that. You're also going to need from your house some kind of tape. I'm just using painter's tape. You're going to want to have scissors. If you have to cut down your toothpicks, which yes, you can cut your toothpicks smaller. Sometimes scissors are super easy. If you don't have scissors or you don't want to use scissors, I mean, you can always break them off as well. They're pretty easy to snap, but you get a cleaner cut with scissors. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to want to take your wax paper out, which you will see that I did right here, and you're going to want to lay it over your side view. You are just going to be doing or gluing your side views. You're going to actually make two side views and glue right over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape this down and get it ready. My suggestion before you tape is to start it on the bottom left corner and make the wax paper relatively even with this. You want to keep your wax paper nice and flat. You're probably going to want to do this in an area where you can leave this to dry nice and flat where no one's going to bother it. Because if it's crinkled up like this, your bridge is actually going to dry that way. It'll actually be really wavy and it'll be hard to glue everything else together. So you're going to want to be in an area that you can leave it nice and flat, where it's not going to be disturbed if possible. So I'm going to tape it down 1 second. So you'll see that I taped it down nice. You also, it might be easier to tape down not only the paper but the plastic. And you want this nice and smooth. This is pretty flat. I made sure when I was taping that I was kind of pushing out any wrinkles. I use painter's tape because it's easy to pull it on and off. Masking tape is kind of hard to deal with sometimes, and if you leave it on certain surfaces, it really likes to stick to it, and we don't want to ruin mom and dad's kitchen table or anything like that. So, you know, but obviously we got to use what we have. So I understand that. Just kind of plan ahead for something like that. Worst case scenario, you could always do this on like a scrap piece of cardboard, which will also make it a little bit easier to transport it around your house. I would have mentioned that earlier, but it literally just popped into my brain. So here we go. At this point, now that it's nice and taped down, what you're going to do is you're going to open up your glue bottle, and you're actually just going to put a little puddle of glue right on the wax paper. And I'm going to show you how to do that. But again, we're only going to do the side view twice. All right, so we're only going to do the side view, and actually we're going to unmask it, and then we're going to move this down. I will show you what I mean by that in a little bit. So right now I'm going to get my toothpicks ready, and I'm going to get my glue ready. So hold on 1 second. So you will see, I'm going to zoom in really good, maybe a little too much, but I only did a little bit of glue. All right, you can obviously, you have your own bottle, you can add more as you go. What you don't want is a ton of leftover glue to have to wipe up later. All right, so a little at a time, it only takes a little bit. Now, to coat your toothpicks, all you're gonna have to do is literally just roll the ends in like this and coat it. And that's all that you have to do. Let me try zooming in, maybe you can see a little bit better. Just a little bit like that. All right, and all you're gonna do, zoom out a little bit, is you're gonna place them just right over your lines. And sorry, this is really hard to do while holding a cell phone. And you're gonna take them, and then on your next ones, when you continue, you're gonna do glue on both ends. All right, and you're gonna place it right over. Now, again, I'm doing this one-handed with a cell phone in my hand, trying to record and make sure you can see what I'm recording. So, but this is pretty much, you can kind of get the gist. You're going to do this whole entire side view, which I will do, and then after that, we will lift up this wax paper and move it so we can do our second side view.